Alright, you saw the title. Let's get straight into it. First up on the list, the Chevy Corvette. For decades, it's been the absolute go-to car for people who want to show they're doing well in life. Now, if you ask a hardcore car guy, they're gonna say it's just a plastic Chevy. But to the average person, this is not just a Corvette. It's got that insanely long hood, a wide aggressive stance, and a loud V8 growl that makes it look like it costs 80 grand. You can find a decent used C6 from the mid-2000s running anywhere from $15,000 to $26,000 all day long. If you clean it up and maybe throw some nice wheels on a black or red spec, it's gonna look way more expensive than it actually is. But here's the catch. It's not a luxury car at all. I mean, have you seen the interior? Even a Corolla has a nicer interior than this. But honestly, nobody outside the car cares. They're just looking at the shape. Plus, it uses the LS3 V8 engine, meaning it's incredibly reliable and parts are dirt cheap. You get the supercar look, but you can literally buy replacement parts at AutoZone. Moving on to the British elegance, the Jaguar F-Type. Before Jaguar came out of the closet in 2024, seeing a Jaguar was enough. You didn't even have to know anything about cars. You just see it and your brain would go,
I just peed a little.
Except, it isn't. Early V6 models have been hit hard by the Big D. They came out for around $80,000 brand new. They've dropped into the $24,000 to $32,000 range depending on the mileage, which is honestly kind of insane. But let's talk about the catch, because it's a big one. It's a British luxury car. The electronics can be incredibly hit or miss, and the coolant pipes under the supercharger love to crack and leak. If your goal is to look rich when you leave the valet parking lot, this car absolutely does not miss. Just make sure you keep a few grand in a piggy bank for when a random dashboard light decides to turn on. And it would be a crime not to mention Porsche, because the moment you say the word Porsche, people automatically assume you have serious money. Doesn't matter if it's 15 years old. The badge does like 90% of the heavy lifting here. And we are talking about the Porsche Cayman, specifically the 987 generation. You can pick up an older unit for around $24,000 to $35,000. And not only does the car look rich, it actually makes you feel rich, because Porsche doesn't really make compromises when it comes to the driving experience. It's small, low to the ground, and tight. It's arguably one of the best handling cars ever built. It doesn't scream at people or look overly flashy. It kind of just whispers class. Like you didn't buy it to show off. You bought it because you just always had Porsche money, even if you didn't. This next entry might require you to give up a bit of your financial sanity, but I'm gonna mention it anyway. Because if you're someone who's willing to do anything to look like a millionaire, the Maserati Gran Turismo is unmatched. Originally, these things retailed for over $110,000. Today, you can find a decent used one for around $35,000. Sometimes even less. I mean, it might be 15 years old, but it still looks expensive. People see that massive Trident badge and that gorgeous Italian body designed by Pininfarina, the same people who design Ferraris, and they think you're a high-rolling executive. From a purely visual standpoint, it's one of the strongest, fake-rich cars ever made. It sounds like an absolute symphony and looks like old money. Just know that keeping it alive is going to be a roller coaster, because even a simple brake fix can cost $2 grand. This final entry on the list still catches people completely off guard, and honestly, it might be the strongest one here. The BMW i8 still looks like a futuristic concept car that escaped from a movie set. When it came out, it was a $140,000 car. Now you can find them hovering around $50,000. I know that's the priciest car on this list, but hear me out. The shape alone looks like $1 million, and those butterfly doors do absolutely all the heavy lifting. When you pull up to a coffee shop and those doors swing upward, people automatically assume you're some tech billionaire who invests in space companies. Most people don't even know what it is. They just know it looks wealthy. But it's not actually a supercar. Underneath all that futuristic carbon fiber is a 1.5-liter 3-cylinder engine paired with an electric motor. It's literally the engine out of a Mini Cooper. It takes 4.2 seconds to go from 0 to 60, which means you're probably going to get smoked in a straight line by a Tesla Model 3. But if your ultimate goal is making people's jaws drop when you park, nothing touches the i8 for the price. And that's it for today.
Keep in mind that actually owning one of these won't make you rich. I mean, the whole reason you're probably watching this video is because you aren't rich.
But perception is a weird thing. You don't need a brand new Lamborghini to look like you're doing well in life. Sometimes you just need the right badge and the right shape.